Hey, what's going on, guys? Alex Bracer with Angler Sports Center. Hope you guys are back out there fishing after all this wind and craziness of this nor'eastern. Now, just a couple of reminders before we start with this fishing report. Coming up here in a few weeks, we got our big sales here, customer appreciation sales event. This is November 2nd and the 3rd. Big sales, guys. If you're wanting to get a new fishing rod, everything fishing is going to be on sale. Pretty much you got 20% off all lures. And fishing accessories and whatnot. You also get 20% off fishing line. But the big thing here is we have a big Shimano combo sales going on that day, or available for pre-order right now on our website at Angler Sports Center. So let me show you some of these combos real quick before we get started with the fishing report. So two of my favorites here. One that I'm really excited for, and it's going to be a crazy deal here on the prices, is this Shimano XH rod. It's a 6/8 medium, extra fast, perfect for jigging, with one of my favorites, if not the best, $100 reel here. It's the Shimano Nasky 3000. And the great thing about it, it's all rigged up for you guys. So you can leave the store and go fishing. We got 15-pound braid to a fluorocarbon leader and one of the GI jigs on there, so pretty much ready to go catch fish. And if you like bait casters, we also got the hottest thing out there right now in the market for bait casters, Shimano SLX DC with the digital controller. So one of the hottest reels out there. If you haven't heard about digital controllers, go through our feed on Instagram or Facebook and you'll see me talking about some of those reels here and how crazy they are. Now this is also paired up with the XH 7.2 medium, perfect for topwater. It's already got topwater in there for you, and this one is all rigged up with 15-pound braid and also a 20-pound mono leader. So great sales on those. Now we have our prices online on our website, but they're going to be hot prices on those things, so definitely check them out and go in there to pre-order, and you can specify what kind of braid you want on there to match the the combo or any color you like. So make sure you check that out. And like I said, that's November 2nd and 3rd, and pretty much everything fishing is going to be on sale, so make sure you check it out and come in store, talk to one of us, talk to me about it, and we can get you all set up and you can put that order through or wait until that weekend. Let's get started with the fishing report, guys. All right, what's going on out there? So not too many people got out there with the winds and whatnot this past week, but we did get some good reports of fishing's picking up. Now the big story is the size of the fish. We're so used to being able to get some 30+ inch fish this time of the year. It's not quite there yet, but there is some 30+ inch fish out there swimming around. A lot of mid-sized fish. When I say mid-size, it's 20 to 25, 27 inch fish, which we can't complain. We're catching fish. There's fish out there. A lot of small fish too. Now, same situation as we spoke last week. A lot of those bigger fish and a lot of the more congregated areas with fish are up north, meaning Bay Bridge and north. Hot story again has been the mouth of this Chester River right now. Chester River, Luff Point, Swamp Point, deeper water, but don't be afraid to go in shallow and check anything 15 foot of water and below. A lot of things is that we're finding a lot of those fish kind of congregating in the upper water column. Even if you're in 30 foot of water, those fish are kind of stacking up on the top of the water, pretty much from the surface down 10 foot, and they're pretty much eating all kinds of stuff right now. A lot of people have seen them feeding on small peanut bunker and full-size bunker out there. But remember, there's still small bait out there like the bay anchovies, and we're not flushing out of the rivers and going down south. So if you're out there, I would recommend going to the mouth of the Chester River, one of the hottest spots right now, Chester River, and move out to the main channel on the bay there to the shoals area. That's one of the areas where a lot of people are not going to, and it's a typical spot where fish usually stack. Now, right now it's been a strictly evening bite for most guys. I have heard some guys catching them in the morning, but it's been an evening bite, meaning the last 2 hours of light until 30 minutes after it gets dark. So that's been the hot ticket right now. Lures and stuff, it's coming down to the same stuff, guys. Remember, as long as you find a fish, you can catch them most of the time with whatever you kind of want out there. But a couple of reports that we got from the mouth of the Patapsco, inside the Patapsco again, has been top water. Top water lures. you know, poppers, spooks. And this guy here, I've shown this plenty of times, and you know, it's one of the little secrets from around here. It's a popper teaser rig here, where you have a bigger size profile popper popping, and then you have a small 1/4 ounce jig on the bottom trailing it. Now this will hold this jig, it will not move the actual popper down. What this does is, you know, it attracts the fish with the, it's almost like a popping cork pretty much, but now you're going to be able to catch fish on the top water lure and the jig. And if you're in schoolies, you'll catch 2 fish at the same time. So great little thing if you have the kids out there fishing and you just want to catch, you know, a lot of fish, or even some of the bigger fish will focus on the little jig because of the noise. So like I said, something different for you guys to try out in shallow or when you're marking fish or, you know, breaking fish. For you guys trolling out there, trolling has become one of the things to kind of do if you're not, you know, being able to pick up fish on schools or breaking fish when they're super finicky and they're pushing down really fast. Troll the channel edges. Same thing, anywhere from the Chester River down to the Bay Bridge, and also across from Magothy up to the Patapsco. That whole area there pretty much is holding a decent amount of fish and good sized fish. Like I mentioned again, Pickerel Point, all those areas are holding fish there. Mainly for you guys trolling, we haven't seen too many like big schools of fish stacking in there, but this is something different. This is a little old school rig here that a lot of people kind of forgot about, and this is a billy bar. Now, you might know by different names and whatnot, but this guy here gives you a different look. It's more finesse trolling, like more finesse trolling rig. You can see not too many teasers, but it's inline. It's just a different look. 2 baits trailing it. You can do 6-inch baits on there, whatever color you want, and they work great. Troll that around, you know, 30 foot of water, 35 foot of water. Keep it in the middle water column, and you'll catch fish with that. So rock fishing has picked up pretty much. Like I said, it's a matter of finding the fish right now. Wait it out if you're in, you know, good tide change. And like I said, evening bite has been the hottest thing. So for you guys down south, you're still catching a lot of smaller fish. Around Thomas Point, I know I didn't get that many reports from Thomas Point this week, but there is some fish in there. Fishing in the Severn has been kind of hit or miss right now. Eastern Bay in shallow, typical topwater bite around Poplar Island and the upper parts of Eastern Bay. There's a lot of fish in that area, a lot of mid-sized fish with topwater or even jigging the ledges there. Now, something to mention right now, since you know we have crazy winds, it's that time of the year where you might not be able to get out pretty far out into the bay or get out period, but there's still good fishing in the creeks here. Magothy, Severn, Upper Chester, all those areas down here. It's getting colder, and you know what that means. One of my favorite fisheries, pickerel fishing. As the waters drop, the pickerel fishing gets better. So if you live on the water or you get you can access some of the smaller creeks, pickerel fishing is going to be the way to go. And as you know, it gets colder, we might have some of those yellow perch start to show up. So if you have kids or you just want to sit around the pier and have fun and catch a couple of these things, and the cool thing about it is you might even catch some rockfish while doing this, is live bait, minnows. Slip bobber, one of my favorites here, BMC hot skirt. Put this on the bottom here. You can adjust this and you put a live minnow on there. You will catch pretty much anything that swims out there. You're gonna catch pickerel, rockfish, you know, even in the Severn I heard there's been a couple largemouth being caught, everything on that. So remember, that's one thing. And if you're more into lure fishing, smaller jerk baits, Rapala X-Rap, Rapala Ripstop on those sizes there are going to be great to catch multi-species. You know, you're going to catch largemouth if you're in the Severn, upper part of the Magothy, pickerel, anything that swims through there. So remember, just because it's getting colder doesn't mean there's no fish in those upper parts of the creeks. Pickerel fishing's picking up, and those things get pretty big too, so they're fun to catch. And you know, if you can get out into the bay, that's one thing to do. One last thing here, it's going to be your, you know, ocean fishing report here from Ocean City. What's going on in the coast? Pretty much Route 50 Bridge is a place to be with a lot of rockfish, a lot of schoolies, and remember, it's a different keeper size over there. So it's 28 inches or above that, and there's, you know, not too many of those right now, but as it gets colder, there will be bluefish. Now there's guys dropping sand fleece on the pilings. They're catching sheep's head and tog, so there's a whole thing going on, and the flounder are pushing out. So right now is the time to go down there. And if you're surf fishing, a couple of the bluefish rigs with chunks of mullet, and you'll catch a lot of snapper blues. and you know, a whole bunch of rays and a whole bunch of those spiny dog sharks. So that's it for your fishing report, guys. Like I said, send us your pictures, tag us on Instagram, Facebook, send us your questions, and then, you know, give us your reports here on social media. Make sure you go on YouTube and give us some likes in there and follow us in there too. Subscribe. And remember, November 2nd and 3rd, that's going to be our big sales event for the year. So if you're looking for new gear, Christmas gifts, and everything like that, we got all the hot new products and whatnot. So make sure you check out our website for pre-orders for the Shimano combos. You're going to be able to see all the combos there and the prices. So you guys have a good one, and catch them up.